back to Doing Football. Today, start-sit decisions for you for Week 4 in fantasy football. We'll go through every matchup and every game and give you an idea of what to expect from some of these players in your fantasy lineups, and then we'll make some decisions on some different guys that you might have on your teams. But waivers have wrapped up. We're filming this on Wednesday, and Avery has Rashad Bateman fever.
He does.
Boys, I'm getting a little fucking hot with Rashad Bateman fever. It's 103 degrees. I cannot stop on Rashad Bateman. I think he's better than Calvin Johnson already. It might be ridiculous, but fucking pick him up. If he's he should not be available. He should have been drafted in the first round in your drafts. But if someone somehow missed out, if all 12 of your league mates missed out on Rashad Bateman, you need to get him.
The dynamic of this office is fantastic. Like we all sit together, the 8 of us, and people just start circulating ideas, thoughts on trades. You can't make a trade offer without the entire office hearing about it. So it's always good because nobody can really get fleeced
except for Drew.
Yeah.
And if you make bad trade
Drew
offers,
gets fleeced
you get a good laugh.
on the daily.
Yeah. I made what was it? I got Rashad Bateman for Jacoby Myers straight up.
Horrible trade by Avery.
No, for the other guy.
No, for Avery. Avery does not trade Jacoby Myers for Rashad Bateman. Okay, let's get into the slate. Let's start with Thursday. The Bengals hosting the Jaguars. Again, we talked about Thursday Night Football.
Great game.
I think Joe Buck and Troy Aikman have to be incredibly pissed off that Fox is the Thursday guys and they get these shit matchups.
Put this game on Amazon. No one wants to fucking watch this.
No, I don't want to. I don't want to have to work to put.
The problem is you're cheap, Tmack. You don't want Amazon.
I don't want to spend more money to watch this game.
Yeah, exactly.
You're a student. You have Amazon Prime for free.
No, I do.
That's true.
Yeah.
Not for free.
I don't use it.
Oh yeah, it's for free.
No, isn't it like at a discount? Maybe it's free.
I think it's a discount.
I'm pretty sure it's discount. Nothing.
But
in this
put it on
this life is free.
True. Fair enough. Put it on Amazon. This game sucks.
Yeah. You still got to watch it, though. You watch every single game, no matter what.
Bro, no. None of these games suck. They never suck. Okay.
Until they do.
Bengals are going to be without T. Higgins. I'm almost positive.
Yeah.
I would be surprised if something
if he
changes. Short week. I didn't think he'd play. Jesse Bates also out. So I think Marvin Jones, I have him right around wide receiver 3 this week. You can definitely play him. DJ Chark to me is like a desperate upside play.
Don't start Laviska, though.
Yeah, Laviska is someone that's sitting on my bench for sure. I think I only have him left in one more league. And then James Robinson, play him.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah.
I don't know. Obviously in Superflex start him, but in one quarterback, I'd avoid him.
Yeah.
He just hasn't been good.
Yeah.
He has like 27 bad throws this year, I think.
It's insane. I don't think he's getting very involved in the rushing game either.
Yeah, the interception against the Cards was a complete disregard for the game of football.
Yeah,
just back foot.
That's what happens when the wires cross in the brain a little bit.
Yeah. You never saw him make that throw at Clemson. What's he doing?
No.
Urban Meyer.
A little back foot bullshit.
Bengals side of things, I like Tyler Boyd this week.
Boyd's a start.
Yeah, of course, Jamar Chase, Joe Burrow's in a good matchup here. Joe Mixon, we know all about it. These guys are all plays. So 7.5 point favorites the Bengals are. So Vegas expects them to put up some points and be ahead in this game. So Mixon should have a good game script as well.
For sure.
All right, getting into Sunday. Lions, Bears. Bears are at home in this game. Look, I wouldn't consider anyone but Allen Robinson as a wide receiver 2.
Even Allen Robinson is like, I don't want to start him at this point.
Yeah, he's. I think I have him as the wide receiver 25 on the week. Yeah. Even in this good matchup, him and Montgomery are the only players you should consider playing from the Bears. I don't even know what's going to happen at quarterback.
Yeah, you sure you don't want to start Nick Foles this week?
Matt Nagy's still saying it could be any of the 3 quarterbacks.
So here's the thing: if Justin Fields starts this game, has a bad first quarter because Matt Nagy doesn't know how to adjust play calling, and then Nick Foles comes into the game, then you should have been playing all your Bears because he's going to go off because he's coming in and relief.
Someone should shoot Matt Nagy in the head from the stands if he takes Justin Fields out in the middle of the game.
Yeah, that is
Assassinate him, JFK style.
Jeez.
I mean, it would be a disservice to the game of football to take Justin Fields out in the middle of the game.
Yes, yeah, especially in a matchup here with the Lions. But anyways, fantasy side from the Lions, I'm only playing Swift and Hawkinson.
Cephas, that was fucking tough.
That just didn't make sense. This team
doesn't make sense.
Yeah, Goff, I don't think.
What about Jamal?
At this point, no.
I was looking at you, Jared, because you're the only one who cares.
Yeah, he's a bench guy.
Yeah.
Swift is taking over more and more, which I love to see him. Big Swift guy.
It feels good to have you back on the right side of your brain.
Yeah.
We figured it out.
What was that week 2? You had both these guys in the top 12, right?
I don't think I had them that high.
It was something kind of
I did really like both, though.
Okay, Titans and Jets. Jets are at home. in a matchup with the Titans, and you were telling me that Julio might not even play this week.
Julio might not play, which would be horrible for everything on the Titans offense except for Derrick Henry.
Yeah, and it'd be bad for Ryan Tannehill. I wish I could tell you like that there's a Titans wide receiver you could go to because this is a great
Westbrook. I don't even know his last name.
Westbrook Akain or something.
Something weird.
Chester Rogers, yeah.
I'm not starting them.
They're such desperate plays.
Even Anthony Ferkser hasn't really been as involved as people might have hoped. So I wouldn't bother going at any crazy play there, even if it is the Jets. Jets side of things. Look, I can play Corey Davis. This is a good matchup.
He hasn't done anything since week 1, though.
I think
the volume's still there.
We're on Elijah Moore touchdown watch this week.
Oh, yeah. Big Elijah Moore week. He's a must start.
Whoa.
He's been dropped in some of my leagues so far. So this could be where people drop him and he's right back onto people's teams.
Yeah.
But I would start Corey Davis. He had 10 targets last week. I know he was five receptions on those 10 targets, but this is a good passing matchup for them. I'd play him.
Yeah. Revenge game too.
For who?
Corey Davis.
Oh, right. Yeah, for the team that sucks.
It's a big game coming for him.
Yeah.
Revenge.
He just was like, hey, Jets, give me that fucking money.
Yeah.
Give me that money.
Yeah.
I don't care how good we are. Give me that money. Browns, Vikings. Vikings are at home in this game. I'm pretty sure this is right around a 1-point spread. It's expected to be pretty close matchup here. Browns side of things, look, I think you need to play Odell Beckham. If you have him, I think you need to play him. He didn't look bad at all. He looked pretty solid last week.
Good share.
And this is a good matchup, a great matchup against the Vikings. So I'd play him if you have him.
Yeah, he's a solid flex play. Like, he's clearly the number one, and Jarvis Landry's still out, so might as well throw him in there.
Cream Hunt. What are we thinking?
Hunt and Chubb, start both.
I think so,
You
too.
think this is a Chubb game, right?
Yeah.
From rankings.
Big Chubb game coming.
Viking side of things, I don't know what the deal is with Dalvin Cook. We talked about it in the running back rankings video, but
you need to start if he's healthy, obviously.
You start either one of them, whoever's
playing.
playing or whoever's starting.
Between Cook and Madison.
What if we get this notification Sunday morning saying Dalvin Cook is going to be limited in his touches? What goes on?
I think you still have to start Dalvin Cook.
I think so too.
But it depends on like exactly what they're saying. If they're saying he might get in for a few snaps, then obviously don't start him. But they're saying, he might be limited, I think you still have to start him just because it's Dalvin Cook.
What do you think of Kirk Cousins playing this week? Like, he's been so good.
He has been really good.
This feels like the game where it could go off the rails for him. But
it is a home game.
They're at home. I think I'd probably, like, between Cousins and Tannehill.
Do you remember where you had him, Cousins, in your rankings?
They were right next to each other. It was Cousins at 13 and Tannehill at 12. But with Julio out, I might flip them. So Cousins might be a top 12.
So did you have Baker behind Cousins?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
I like Baker over Cousins.
I like Baker over Cousins.
I just think they're going to run the ball too much. Baker's like that's been all they've been doing all season so far. Baker hasn't really been that great.
To me, the strength of the Vikings, at least name-wise and like their best players on defense, is up front. Like his front four. Like I like Kendricks. I like Neil Hunter. So I'm not sure.
Rashad Breeland's really not doing it in the secondary there.
No, and neither is Cameron Dantzler. They're ugh. But I would,
Patrick Peterson too, don't they? He's been okay.
Did the Vikings get Patrick?
Yes.
I think you're right. But I would play Baker over both Tannehill and Cousins this week, I think.
I like that too.
Yeah. Just because of the wide receiver issues for Tannehill, and then I do think that the Vikings might struggle a little bit throwing the football.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't feel comfortable starting Baker in a 1 QB league. He just hasn't done anything yet. Does he even have a multi-touchdown game?
The Chiefs had to have been multi-touchdown.
Oh, yeah, the Chiefs won, yeah.
Okay, let's go to Carolina and Dallas. Dallas at home. We've got the 3-0 Panthers coming to town against the Cowboys. It should be a good game.
Fraud bowl.
I think low scoring.
Yeah.
I think this will be a low-scoring game. Both teams have good defenses.
So I have moved. DJ Moore wasn't even a top 15 wide receiver for me on the week. Trey Diggs has looked so good.
He's got a cute-ass kid.
Yeah.
People forget.
He did look cute.
Did forget about that.
Especially on, what was that was on
Hard Knocks.
Hard Knocks, right? So I
think it's Robbie Anderson week.
Yeah, I like Robbie Anderson this week. I really do.
I've said it in the other video.
But, like, are you starting him?
I think you got to take the chances. This is Robbie Anderson, you got one more chance. This is the week.
If you're in a 2-flex league or you're in a 14-teamer, I would definitely be playing him. I think I can't remember where I had him in my rankings now. It definitely wasn't like top 30, but he's definitely like right around wide receiver 3
This
range.
is the time you're going to start him if you ever want to start him.
Yes.
This makes a lot of sense. We had a lot of questions about Chuba Hubbard. in like start sit decisions. We'll get to some of those at the end. But I mean, I would play Chuba Hubbard in this matchup.
You got to play him. If you picked him up off waivers, like there would be no reason not to play him here.
Yeah, people were spending on him. So that kind of covers the Panthers. I mean, the trade of Dan Arnold makes things interesting for these wide receivers that are like even Terrace Marshall. In this, I don't think. Well, in this game it could be interesting, but I still wouldn't be playing him. But the trade of him and then losing McCaffrey opens things up for the pass catchers.
For sure.
Cowboys side of things, can you play Tony Pollard?
I think so. I think he's a flex play at this point. Like he's just getting more and more involved. He got double-digit carries last game, so I don't see any reason why they wouldn't continue doing that again. And I think I saw he's averaging like 7 yards per carry or something so far this year. It's insane.
The Chargers help fuel that one for him. I mean, it's a situation where both guys can be successful. I think it limits Zeke's success a bit.
Oh, for sure.
But I do think that both these guys can be successful. And I have Pollard currently in one of my lineups, in one of my flex spots. So I'm willing to play him for sure.
Yeah.
It's not a bad matchup for them. What else can we say on the Cowboys front?
Dalton Schultz. It's kind of just like he had a good week, but I'm probably not going to start him yet unless you're like desperate at tight end.
I want to know what Amari Cooper, like because he's banged up with a rib injury and playing through it. And if we get more of the same where he's getting 3 catches and 30 yards, then someone's going to be getting the football.
Yeah.
So, but I would still be playing Amari Cooper.
Cooper, Lamb, obviously.
Next one, Bills and Texans. Avery, do we want to trot out any Bills running backs in a good matchup against the Texans?
Yeah, I would do it.
Both?
No. Fuck. I want to say Singletary over Moss, but
here, while we're talking here, I'll go to last week's
I think I'd go Moss over Singletary.
It's just like, oh my God.
He's the goal line back there. And
actually, would I rather start a running back, or I'd play Dawson Knox over the running backs this week, I think.
I wouldn't play any of them.
So Moss had 13 attempts, 60 yards. Singletary had 11 for 26, which wasn't great. Receiving work side, this is all last week, and this is a game that they won by 21 points. We're leading all game long.
Even if they're dominating the game, they're still just going to throw the ball.
It's true. Fuck those running backs, actually.
Yeah, Singletary 2 targets, Moss with 3 targets. Moss went from being inactive to now taking over.
It didn't make any sense as to why he was inactive week 1.
Yeah, so, I mean, the decision for like, I would hope you're not trying to start them or finding a way to work them into your lineups, because I wouldn't, because I'd play Emmanuel Sanders over those guys.
And Cole Beasley. Good starts this week, I think.
Yeah.
I'd definitely start both.
Especially if they're winning this game and they're not looking to run the ball to burn this thing out. They'll look to some shorter routes to Beasley maybe to kind of churn clock.
Yeah. Like Emmanuel Sanders and Cole Beasley or Robbie Anderson. Who are you starting?
Oh, damn. I'm starting Robbie Anderson over both.
Really?
Yeah.
I think I'd go Sanders, Beasley, Robinson. Or
Anderson.
Not Robinson.
I'd go Sanders, Anderson, Beasley.
Yeah, I had Sanders and Robbie Anderson close, but I did have Anderson a few spots ahead of him. Beasley was the third guy for me, but again, I think all 3 of them could have decent weeks.
And you're only playing Brandon Cooks.
Oh yeah, Brandon Cooks the only guy in the Texans offense worth starting.
Yeah, nobody else, that's for sure. Okay, let's get to Giants and Saints. Saints are at home for this game. They are going to be back at back actually in New Orleans and at the Superdome.
Love to see that.
I want to start with the Giants because the injuries with the wide receiver group, I do think you can play Kenny Golladay.
I think so too.
In this game in a flex spot. Evan Engram, we talked about him on the wire.
Yeah, he's somebody I'm looking to pick up, but I don't know if I'm not comfortable starting him yet. Like we're going to get multiple weeks of no Slayton or Shepard, so I'm comfortable waiting before starting him.
I agree. Saquon will be a play for you, of course. Saints side of things, Kamara is a start. Do we want to speak on
Marquez Callaway? I don't think I'm starting.
Yeah,
he had a touchdown last week, but
I'm just kind of hanging on to him because you just think about the upside of him being the wide receiver 1 in the offense, but the volume of passing is so low.
Yeah, Jameis
has throwing the ball at all.
A lot of touchdowns, but
not a lot
very
of
few
passing yards.
Historic numbers there.
And he's got James Bradbury, so tough matchup for him.
Anything else here? Like quarterbacks? Do we want to play either one of them?
Not really.
No.
Not like people were liking Daniel Jones, but I
Saints
think
defense is good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm off.
I'm excited about this game. From a fantasy perspective, Eagles and the Chiefs. I want to start with
game.
the Eagles because of the running back situation from last week. I do think Kenny Gainwell is a great value play on OwnersBox this week at $4,600. I'm just so
Not starting
the
him, no.
Chiefs. The Chiefs are a great run defense to go up against, and I would assume the Eagles are going to change their tune on deciding to never run the ball against the Cowboys secondary. And this is a similar matchup in terms of the quality of the secondary in Kansas City, but I do think that they'll kind of go to a bit more running the football. So I do think he can play Miles Sanders with some confidence this week.
After they ran the ball like so few times last week, they're going to be like, okay, we need to run the ball some more, especially against the Chiefs.
Yeah, Devontae Smith is someone I'm playing.
Yeah.
What do you guys think of the tight end situation? Ertz had a
I'd start
play.
Goddard. Goddard is easily more involved than Ertz. Ertz should get the touchdown, but
I just more
Goddard's-
mean are they're just kind of eating into each other a bit.
Yeah, they are.
He's
But
eating
I think
into
Goddard's
Goddard's work.
a decent low end tight end play.
Yeah,
I think the
Chiefs are going
Chiefs-
to give up touchdowns
I think
in the red
Chiefs are
zone.
going to score 1 billion points in this game.
I would love it.
Score 1 billion fucking points.
Fucking love it.
The Eagles
Starting
just
Clyde.
haven't had the push. Yeah, I'm starting Clyde. I'm starting Tyreek and Kelsey.
But the other guys, it's still just a crapshoot every single week.
Yeah, you never have any confidence over which of the 4 wide receiver 3s on the team. They don't even have a 2. They just have a bunch of wide receiver 3s are going to score a touchdown.
Even that other
On
guy
end
got
around.
involved. I can't remember his name.
Pringle Fortson.
Fortson, that's it.
Pringle
He's
Fortson,
he was the
Hardman,
4th string
and-
tight end.
Yeah.
Fortson.
Pringle, Hardman, and Robinson all had receptions against the Chargers. Someone's going to hit. I'm not willing to try to tell you who's going to be.
exactly.
I was lucky. I put McCole Hardman in last week and he scored a touchdown.
that's big.
But I still lost the week, so it doesn't.
I kind of play it like a game of ping pong. I'm just like, okay, Hardman this past week. Let's go Robinson this week.
I think so too.
Okay, Colts and Dolphins. I love Jonathan Taylor this week. It's time to run the football against the Dolphins. The Dolphins haven't been great against the run, but have been very good against the pass. They gave up 113 yards to Barber last week. I love Jonathan Taylor. I mean, you're already starting him, but I think your week's coming. You've been waiting on it. If you have him, you're frustrated. I think it's coming this week. Can we play Michael Pittman?
Yeah.
Considering the volume.
Yeah, Pittman's just the clear wide receiver 1 at this point, and especially with Wentz. Wentz will be in there, so I like him.
If anyone said Paris
I would sit
Campbell
him.
was wide receiver 1, they should be killed.
Yeah.
I would sit Michael Pittman this week.
Really?
Who would you play, Michael Pittman or Robbie Anderson?
Michael Pittman.
Robbie Anderson,
Who would you play, Michael Pittman or Emmanuel Sanders?
Emmanuel Sanders.
Emmanuel Sanders, yeah.
See, if you're, I don't get if you're on Emmanuel Sanders but not on Robbie Anderson in these matchups. But fair
Because
enough.
the Bills just have a much better offense. I think that's going to be a higher scoring game. I'm expecting a low scoring game from the Panthers and Cowboys.
All right. Anything else here? Dolphins side of things. We're trotting out Myles Gaskin with very little confidence right now. If you can recoup
still
some
gotta play
value
him, I
on him in a deal, I would shop around. I did see a trade of Damian Harris for Myles Gaskin. What do you think of that kind of trade?
I mean, that's kind of like just a fair trade.
Yeah.
It's like 2 RB3 type guys. So I don't know. There's neither have like insane upside.
So people are going to want to know about Mike Gesicki after that incredible week
I think he
in terms of receptions and volume.
I think he's a 10-1 this week.
Yeah. There's probably 10 guys I'd start over him. So if you are looking shitty at tight end, I'd start him.
The people who took Mike Gesicki took him, like they haven't picked him up off the wire. I don't think Mike Gesicki's ever touched the wire. You probably picked him thinking you could play him each and every week, so you're probably going to play him.
Yeah, and you probably also don't have anybody else.
Brissett
worth
is
starting.
helpful. Brissett being the quarterback is helpful for Gesicki, I think, no doubt about it. But Will Fuller was getting some deep targets. If he comes down with those deep targets, then we're looking at Will Fuller getting a bit more looks. And Jalen Waddle's been
Waddle's
plenty
getting
involved.
targets.
So, it's just it's tough to see Brissett supporting that many pass catchers.
I'd start Waddle though. He's a flex play.
I would too.
Football team and Falcons and the Atlanta Falcons. Falcons are at home in this game. Look, I think we need to start realizing that the Washington football team defense is not as good as we thought it was. Their
They've not been
secondary
good.
does not have a lot of playmakers. They've of course got that great offensive line that we love to talk about.
Defensive
Jonathan
line.
Allen, Montez. What I said, offensive line.
Yeah.
Defensive line with Montez Sweat, Chase Young, Jonathan Allen, all those guys up there. But I do think you can play Atlanta Falcons receivers Ridley and Pitts with confidence, and I think Cordell Patterson is someone I mean,
at this point,
you can
just
play him.
Put him in your lineup. Like, he's getting way too involved in this offense to ignore it.
Yeah. Football team side of things, you're playing
McLaurin.
Logan Thomas, McLaurin,
Just
and
the 3
Gibson.
guys, no one else.
You see Curtis Samuel is healthy on Sunday morning. What do you do?
Sit him for sure.
Yeah. And then
They can't
and
get
then I feel
another
a lot
guy
worse
involved.
about Logan Thomas too.
Yeah.
This offense isn't good enough to support another guy.
No, but it's going to harm.
Yeah.
It's going to
it
harm
will.
these guys too. Okay, that's pretty much it there. Would you play either of these quarterbacks this week? I like
Ryan
them
might
both
be a
in 2 QB
streamer.
leagues. But
I don't think Matt Ryan, I think he's completely washed. I don't like him anymore. Like, I'm not starting either of these guys.
yeah, fair enough. The Arthur Smith offense, I don't think is really.
Arthur Smith is
Feeding into-
is growing a beard though.
Yeah, looks good.
Yeah, he looks way better. That's a guy who needs to have a beard.
Seahawks 49ers, we're getting into 4 o'clock now on the slate. This is a great divisional matchup, which I do think typically does not lead to a lot of points. So I need to maybe stop telling myself that this could be a lot of points in this game because it doesn't typically happen in divisional matchups. But I can't remember what the total is, but it's probably pretty high in this game because these secondaries are not very good and the Niners are pretty banged up in the secondary as well.
The Seahawks defense looked brutal against the Vikings last week.
Yeah. Yeah. So Kittle, Debo, of course.
Ayuk, I'm starting.
We'll wait to. Yeah, I'm
Ayuk's
not
back.
yet.
Really?
Not yet.
He was getting more involved. I think it's going to continue going up.
Look, I'm happy that he's more involved. It doesn't mean that I'm.
I think that's what happens
immediately
when
gonna start
Kyle
playing him.
Shanahan doesn't have his guy at running back though, right?
Yeah.
So that's why I had to throw him the ball.
But also in the red zone, like Jimmy Garoppolo kept targeting Brandon Ayuk in the red zone, which is nice to see.
I think we need to have a sit down with Jared because he seems to be overreacting to a lot of things that transpire on the football field
disagree.
in 1 week.
I don't hate it, to be honest. Ayuk did look good. It was nice to just see him on the
I
field.
mean, did he
Seahawks
look that good?
Yeah, he did.
He didn't. He had a few catches and he broke none of them, and he's a yards after the catch guy.
Yeah.
So I don't think he really looked that good.
But he's still good enough to start.
Yes. I think the fact that he looked
Like,
good.
would you start him or Robbie Anderson?
I would start Robbie Anderson.
Really?
Yes.
I agree with that.
I will make a bet with you right now that Brandon Ayuk outscores Robbie Anderson this week.
Okay. $50. We do $50 bets here, so I'll do that.
$50.
Great.
Bet
luck.
accepted.
Good luck, lads.
Look, I'm not saying like Brandon Ayuk's a terrible play this week. It was great to see. I like Brandon Ayuk, but again, there's still Debo Samuel. There's still George Kittle in this offense, and I want to wait. I want to see like some bigger plays from him because what he's known for, and what he was known for last year, is yards after the catch, and that didn't happen at all last week. Even though it was great to see the touchdown. Seahawks side of things. Chris Carson, have you been paying attention at all?
I know he had like some minor injury, but there's no real concerns about it.
Okay.
So he's going to play.
Good.
So yeah, start him obviously if he plays.
Gerald Everett had 10 points. I'm pretty sure he was a tight end 1 last week.
Yeah, he was pretty good. I mean, I'm not willing to start him
touching
though.
him.
Like it's just too risky. He's not involved enough in this offense.
So like Gesicki, easy play over Everett.
Yeah, I'd go Gesicki over Everett.
Nothing else from the Seahawks. I mean, we know what we're doing
Obviously,
with Russ, and we know what we're doing DK and Tyler Lockett. So let's move on. I'll quickly say about the Niners running backs. I mean, if Eli Mitchell's healthy, play him.
Yeah.
If not, Trey Sermon's
a
a
bench.
desperate flex play.
I wouldn't start him.
I wouldn't start him either. Touchdown dependent.
Mm-hmm.
Another divisional matchup. Look, we got the all divisional matchups
the
here
NFC
in the
West.
NFC West. So should be a very I'm looking at this 4 o'clock slate and I am excited. Look at these games.
It's a great slate.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that when I'm the only one looking at these games. Okay, Cardinals and Rams. Rams are at home in this game. I think we got some great matchups for the pass catchers in Los Angeles. I'm willing to play all of them. No, I'm not willing to play Deshaun Jackson if you're wanting to know.
Deep leagues. Desperate deep league play. I wouldn't mind him in OwnersBox lineups.
I'd rather play Van Jefferson, and I bet you they're similarly priced.
That's fair.
Whatever running back is start, like if Henderson's healthy, play him. If it's Michelle, I'm good with playing him too because again, their involvement is really, really encouraging. Cardinals side of things, let's let Jared take over. Tell me what I should do with my Cardinals pass
you
catchers.
need to start Rondell Moore this week. No, I think they're gonna score a lot of points like they always do. It's Kyler Murray and Rondell Moore. It was tough to see him not get involved. They reduced his usage last week, which is so painful. But obviously you start Hopkins. I'd be willing to start AJ Green at this point.
But do you obviously start Hopkins because he's banged up?
You can't bench him though.
I'm just saying. I don't know if it's very like. Hopefully he gets in some full practices this week and
Jalen Ramsey
much better.
too.
Like unless you have 4 top 10 wide receivers on your team.
I want to paint you a picture. Let me think of.
I guess it's possible. It's possible
because if someone had Mike Williams,
Williams, Cooper Kupp.
Yeah, he's putting together the greatest fantasy team of the year so far. Yeah, I think that's.
AJ Green's
what about the running backs? We can play both these quarterbacks.
Chase Edmonds, yes. Chase Edmonds is going to be like a start every week as a low end RB2.
Mm-hmm.
But James Conner, no, I'm not willing to start him. He just doesn't get any work in the passing game. He's touchdown dependent.
Motherfucker stealing those touchdowns from Chase Edmonds last week pissed me off.
I
hate James Conner now. I like the guy. Great guy.
Okay.
Beat cancer.
Yes.
I don't hate him.
Yes, there we go. That's what I was going to say. I was going to say, Tmack, it's one to like cancer.
Yes.
Hold on to Rondell Moore, though. Don't drop him.
Yeah, no, you don't start him, but this is a week where you see him kind of break out again, see that his usage is up.
Watch him have another great game, and then everyone starts him again next week.
Yeah.
And then he has another
everyone
bust.
being Jared.
Yeah.
Just completely swings on him. Okay, let's get to Steelers-Packers. The Steelers are incredibly banged up. We record this on Wednesday, so it's always a little bit tough to give you a for sure decision on what to do on these guys. If Deontay Johnson and Juju are playing, like I do think this is going to be a game where this team's going to throw the ball 60 times again.
Yeah.
I mean, Big Ben looks horrible.
He does.
So bad.
That's for sure.
I'm starting to feel better about my take that I'd rather kill myself than draft a Steelers player. Like every single day, it just feels better.
Yeah.
I mean, when he's healthy, Deontay Johnson gets so many targets. So it's like, if he plays in this game,
yeah,
and he's against Jair Alexander, what do you do with him?
I'm playing him because he's
They'll find a
he's
way.
not running far away from the line of scrimmage, that's for sure. But
Yeah.
he's just hyper targeted. I'd be comfortable playing him. I'm hoping Claypool hits. Claypool, the big
He
play
hasn't
needs
been
to
like
come.
that bad. Like he's been getting
Yeah,
involved.
he's
He
been
just hasn't had like a really good game yet.
Yeah.
So
I could use 4 touchdowns from him in the game this
Yeah,
week.
I could use that.
Yeah, that would
nice.
be too bad.
Packers side of things, Aaron Rodgers, Devontae Adams,
all the typical
Aaron
culprits.
Jones. We're playing all those, but I wouldn't really like.
Yeah.
Robert Tonyan is just the involvement isn't really
Yeah.
there to what it was before. I think that's been like Randall Cobb has kind of hurt that for him a bit.
They said
which
they want to get
sucks.
Cobb the ball more too.
Yeah, so Tonyan is someone that I probably have to keep on my bench, unfortunately, because I can't drop him. But it's also been hard to play him so far, and this isn't a great matchup. Like if Devin Bush is out there,
Yeah,
running with him, that's not
just
ideal.
the 3 guys in Green Bay.
Last one at 4:00. Ravens, Broncos, a hot Broncos team back at home here. We got we're at a mile high, right? So how are we going to handle the elevation here for the Baltimore Ravens? The running backs,
Start
the
Brandon
old,
McManus.
Hey, the old fucks, the Latavius Murrays and the Devontae Freemans. They're going to be able to handle that.
No, they're going to be
Get
sitting with the
tanks.
oxygen masks
Yeah,
on.
Tyson Williams game.
Yep, Tyson Williams. We talked about we play him in fast-paced games. How about
Yes.
games where it's hard to breathe?
Yeah, that
Yep,
too.
Give me the young lungs, right?
Oh, yeah.
Give me the young lungs. So
Start 'em.
Tyson Williams.
Broncos are the Broncos favored in this game?
Yeah.
Okay,
I
well,
think very short favorites, like -2.
I fucking love the Ravens.
Yeah. Marquise Brown, throw him back in your lineup. The fact that he didn't have a big week last week was
Do I though
atrocious.
against this secondary?
They don't have a guy that's like a shutdown corner. They just have like overall a good secondary.
Yeah.
Yeah, Surtain's been good.
You want to talk about a guy that's going to be in his own head. Marquise Brown's going to be that guy. I'm playing Mark Andrews. I'm okay with playing Marquise Brown. I'd rather not, but that's fine. I did see a trade in a league. I'm in Marquise Brown for Robert Woods. So that was quite the reaction to what they've seen so far from Marquise Brown.
I think that
We didn't really even touch on Robert Woods in the Cardinals against
No,
the
yeah.
Cardinals.
I just said I said pass catchers. I'm playing
okay.
all of them.
Yeah.
Like I'm playing Woods and Higbee.
It's been hard to watch though if you are a Robert Woods owner.
Yeah, we took Woods over Cup.
Hate
But
to see
look,
it.
we didn't know that they were having breakfast
Yeah,
together.
if we knew that they were having
we would have
breakfast.
changed our minds. Broncos side of things, I'm like play Tim Patrick.
He's been
I'm
good.
telling you, if you picked him up, play him. This guy is as consistent as they're going to come. And without KJ Hamler, they picked up David Moore off the street. Like they're going to give Tim Patrick the ball. They're going to give Cortland Sutton the ball. Play those
Noah
guys
Fant.
with confidence. Noah Fant. If you can buy low, or it's not really buy low, but if you can buy Noah Fant off of last week's disappointing week, I would be doing it because he's not going to be like he's not going to reach what TJ Hawkinson can do or what even, I don't know if he can be Mark Andrews. Hopefully, you're hoping he can probably be Mark Andrews, where he's just a consistent start. You don't even have to worry about it. So I like Noah Fant. That's pretty much everything on this game.
Running backs. Starting Javonte and Melvin Gordon.
I would try not to. I know I was on him last week. I'm just off it because if he doesn't hit the touchdown, and with the way Melvin Gordon has looked good, so I just don't want to play either of them.
I would use their yards. They're both touchdown dependent for fantasy relevance each week. I think.
I wouldn't like starting either of them. They're both kind of desperate plays.
Now, okay, the 4 o'clock games have wrapped up. I've got about 45 minutes until Sunday Night Football, barring incredible overtime game that we saw last week with the Dolphins and Raiders. I go take the dog for a walk. I come back. I sit down, and I'm gonna be fueled by NBC with so much hype videos of Belichick, Brady coming home. Do Patriots fans hate him? Do they want to boo him?
If they boo him, I'm going to be mad.
No, they're not going to boo him.
I think they might.
No chance.
They're assholes.
No.
Bill Belichick wanted him out, basically. You can't really boo him.
They should boo Bill Belichick. If they're any type of fan.
This is really tough for the Patriots. I would play Jacoby Myers this week. I've loved the volume, the usage. He's a great floor play for you in a flex spot. I wish I could get excited about Damian Harris with James White injury, but this is a horrible matchup.
Yeah. You can't start any running back.
So, I would be trying to sit him.
Way too good.
Jacoby Myers is probably the only guy I'd be like considering starting in the flex spot.
Now, does Bill Belichick have something cooked up to slow down this
I 100%
offense?
think he does. You have to start like all of them because it's the Bucs offense, but I would temper expectations. Everyone's saying Brady's going to have a massive game. He's going to destroy the Patriots.
Well,
I don't think it's going to happen.
He'll just find a way to get it done like he always does.
I'm worried about Gronk, that he that hit was brutal. He's got to be
that was a
banged up this week. If anyone can figure out how to stop Gronk, maybe it's Bill. So you're, of course, still playing him because of how good he's been for you and how reliable he's been, but I am a little bit worried.
I wouldn't start the running backs.
No.
Fournette's probably a bench still.
Hell no. Yeah, no chance. We're going to start all wide receivers, and then we're going to be bummed out about somebody.
Yeah.
Godwin has been the king, though.
But that's just what you have to expect from this Bucs offense. Every week you're going to be bummed out by one or two of those guys.
We know what we're getting
ourselves into. And then my guys,
game.
Chargers, Raiders, Monday night.
Big game.
Big divisional matchup from two teams that are both somehow ahead of the Chiefs through 3 weeks of the season, incredibly. Raiders side of things, let's start with the running backs situation. We mentioned it in running back rankings. I'm leaving my flex spot open for the whole weekend for Sunday if it's still up in the air and I picked up Peyton Barber and I have Josh Jacobs, because I would play either one of them, whoever's healthy.
What if you only have Peyton Barber and not Josh Jacobs? Are you going to leave Peyton Barber on the bench and risk it?
If I can manage to pick up any of the Raiders wide receivers, if I have any of them, even if I have Hunter Renfrow and I can hold, I would do it, because the upside to play a Raiders running back is huge. Yeah. Huge.
The Chargers' run defense is terrible.
It's the worst in the NFL. So that's my 2 cents on the running back.
You need to have a backup play if you are looking to start Peyton Barber this week.
What do you think of the wide receivers for the Raiders?
I mean, obviously to start Darren Waller. Bryan Edwards is...
I don't like them this week.
I don't mind him as a flex play. Same with Ruggs, but it's... I would start plenty of other guys over them. They're kind of desperate plays.
Yeah, all three of them are kind of guys that might just sit on your bench because you're like, it could.
Yeah,
it could.
That could just end up happening all year.
I'd be fine to leave them on my bench, no doubt.
Yeah. What about Jared Cook on the Chargers side? Because we already know what we're doing with Mike Williams, Keenan Allen, Justin Herbert, Austin Eckler. What do we do about Jared Cook?
I'm not sold on him. I don't think he's ever going to have that big week. He's just going to be touchdown dependent every week, which I guess that's a lot of tight ends that are. So, I don't know. I'd start Gesicki over him. So unless you are absolutely atrocious at tight end.
How about if you had Jared Cook and you picked up Tyler Conklin on the waivers?
I think I'd go Conklin.
It's a tough question.
Yeah.
It really is a tough question.
Both I would not like starting.
I think I'd go Jared Cook.
Okay. What about, give you guys one more. Who am I thinking here?
Dawson Knox.
Knox?
Actually, that's hard. I'll go Dawson Knox.
Me too.
I'd probably go Cook because Dawson Knox is the 4th or 5th pass catcher Actually, I guess Cook is too.
Cook
If
is
you include
too.
Eckler.
Yeah.
That's true. What about Schultz against the
I go
Panthers?
Schultz.
Okay.
Schultz over Cook.
All right, now we're getting a good idea. Okay, so now what we're going to do is get into some questions from the Discord. If you're enjoying the video, please be sure to drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and of course, if you have any questions or want us to answer anything fantasy football related, happy to in the comments as well. Some questions from the Discord and just from some questions we have fielded, and even a couple of Jared's.
Yep. I got a couple decisions to make.
So we mentioned Chuba Hubbard, Javonte Williams or Chuba Hubbard this week.
Chuba Hubbard.
I'm going Chuba Hubbard too.
Agreed.
He's a more reliable play this week, I think.
Well, he's not going to get his touchdown snipe from him, I don't think. Like,
I mean, Royce Freeman though might be involved in the goal line. I wouldn't be surprised. Like,
yeah, he's going to be involved.
He's
I
the
just
bigger
think
back.
Chuba's their
Pass catching
guy from everything. This one to me is pretty easy. Brandon Ayuk, Chase Claypool, or Brandon Cooks.
Brandon Cooks.
Brandon Cooks.
Brandon Cooks.
Yeah, it's
But
just like,
what if Deontay Johnson doesn't play and Juju Smith-Schuster doesn't play?
Then Jair Alexander's going to be on Chase Claypool, and I would still take Brandon Cooks.
Okay.
yeah, I'd take still. Brandon Cooks is just so reliable. Like if somebody in your league doesn't really understand the value that he brings to their team, I would see what you can do to acquire him. Running backs now: Nyheim Hines, Tony Pollard, or Mike Davis.
This is a hard one. I probably lean Tony Pollard just because I think he has the highest upside there. Hines is that guy that's always he'll come out and have a good game, and then you'll start him the next week and then have a dud week and do nothing. So, and Mike Davis seems to be the secondary to Patterson.
I hate this one. This one sucks, but
Yeah.
probably Pollard.
Yeah, I'm agreed. Pollard. Last one: AJ Green or Brian Edwards. I'm 100% Brian Edwards.
I think I lean AJ Green.
Oh,
This was one of my questions.
really?
Yeah.
I'm going to go Brian Edwards.
This is a bad matchup. Like the Rams are a tough team to play against. Divisional game too, so it might be low scoring. I mean, Brian
they're
Edwards
both
has a good
divisional
chance for a
games.
big game. Yeah, that's true. Both divisional games. A lot of teams out west matching up. But yeah, I'd go Brian Edwards too.
All right.
All right,
That's all we got.
It. Start sit for you guys. Be sure to check out OwnersBox Week 4 Superflex salary cap contest, $50,000 grand or prize pool, $10,000 grand prize, $10 free entry with promo code Drew9. So get onto OwnersBox, download the app, go play some Superflex salary cap for Week 4. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time.